This is Windy City Underground, and I am Catrice. I'm currently here with Katie Barrios and Portia Murphy, and I'm interviewing them for their upcoming radio show, Dish and Dash. I want to get a little intake on what the show is about and how they feel about it. So, Portia, how do you feel about this show?
Personally, I feel like this is an excellent show. It's a twist of entertainment news with life advice. So if you want to know something about your celebrities, but also in what would you do if you're going through the same thing that your favorite celebrity is going through? Well, how do you feel about it, right, Katie?
Correct. And we also play awesome music. We play everything from R&B, hip hop, rock, whatever. We play it all.
Yes, so any good topics you guys are going to bring up give me 2 topics.
Well, I think it all depends. Like, we're going to start off with more like entertainment news, and whatever's going on in the entertainment world, we're going to just talk about it, and then from there, that's going to lead ahead to like advice, pretty much.
Like, for example, last week for our pre-show, we did Rihanna and her whole life changing, how she's changing as a person. So Katie feel like it was her relationship with Chris Brown that changed her. Me personally, I gave advice on that. Like, if you feel like it's a man that's changing you for the worse, then you should avoid being with him. You should try to brand yourself different.
I have one more question for you girls. What kind of outcome are you guys looking up on? What are you guys planning on getting from out of this show? You know, people have different vibes from different radio personnel. So how do you think you guys' outcome would be? Like, what are you looking for in the outcome?
I personally think this is an excellent show. Like, I never experienced something like this or heard something like what we're dealing with, like entertainment news with a twist of life advice. I personally feel like we can brand ourselves elsewhere. Like, we can go far with this, depending on the
real world and the real world.
Exactly. Like, it's we can put it all together, join it as one, and have our audience or whatever
Hey, I
agree to it.
that.
Like, I can relate to that. I'm going through the same thing. Yeah. And they going through it in their head, but we seeing it too. So that's
action.
Yeah, it's live. So.
Yeah, we definitely want to inspire, especially, the youth that we have now. We want to be able to touch people with our advice and stuff, because this is coming from our hearts. We're not just sitting around just talking because we want to hear our own voices. We're basically really want to help others out there. So if it means by starting off with like entertainment news, because obviously, we all have our favorites, right? We all have our favorite artists, and when we hear something bad about them, we kind of relate to them. So I think this is why our show is going to be pretty good.
This is Windy City Underground, and I'm here with
Sandra.
And Sandra, how do you feel about a radio show that's talking about music, entertainment with real life situations like combined? How do you feel about that?
I feel that it's a good idea because you never know what somebody else is going through, and they might look up to a celebrity and have an idol, so they can take that idol's example and life story and transfer it into their own, and it might help them cope with the situation better. So I think it's a good idea.
And I am here with
Kevin.
And Kevin, how do you feel about a radio show that talks about celebrity issues dealing with real life issues?
I feel that it's it'll be a good TV show because people can the people who can't speak up and say they have like a certain problem, they can actually go off of and get advice from another situation that's similar to theirs. And I like gossip, so I think it'll be a good show.
Yeah. So tune in, WindyCityUnderground.com, Thursdays, 11 a.m. to 12 p.m., Dish and Dash Radio. I'm your host, Portia Murphy, the Pretty Act Cutie.
Katie Barrios, the Puerto Rican diva.